So, got the old tractor mounted wood splitter on again. If you watched one of my recent videos here, I cut these up with my G660, which is a steel clone saw. And this is just kind of what I do with these big rounds now, is I just use the tractor mounted wood splitter. And kind of just split them that way. Just seems easier that way, rather than trying to lift these big things up. Sometimes they just want to go where they want to go. It's alright, we'll come in from this direction then. Move this out here so you guys can see what I'm doing. So if you're not familiar, this is just a splitter that I built out of a big box store type splitter, hydraulic splitter, that I pretty much started my firewood business with. And it's kind of slow, and I needed something with a little better speed. There's been a lot of time splitting, and it's not like it was a super strong splitter anyway. I mean, it did all right, but I really wanted a kinetic splitter, so I got a super split, and that's what I use now for pretty much all of my splitting for the firewood business. And it's way faster, and I'm really happy with it. But I don't want to put these huge rounds on the super splitter, because once they're split in half, it's just way too much to handle by hand. So I kind of created this splitter system to handle those big things. And yeah, it's not perfect by any means, but it works pretty good. And if I get a bunch of big rounds, you know, right here I don't have that many, but if I were to get a whole bunch of big rounds lined up, I can knock out quite a few of these pretty quickly right from the seat of the tractor, which is kind of nice. Especially when it's cold out or whatever. I don't have to be out in the elements. Plus, it was just kind of a fun little build to do, to be honest with you. So, flex my welding muscles a little bit. I'll get you guys readjusted here. Alright, so this is the preferred angle I like to split from the top so I can kind of see everything, but it doesn't always work that way. If it splits all the way in half, then I can kind of do it all from the top. But sometimes it just doesn't split all the way, especially on these bigger ones like this. So in that case, kind of got to readjust down and come at it from the side. Like that. Ideally though, you end up with, you know, 4/4 of what you originally had. Ideally. At least then there's something I can load onto a pallet by hand or whatever, or carry over by hand, either or. There we go. Finally got that first one broken up enough where I can split it from the top again. Ideally from the top is the way to go. And I kind of nudge it around like that. And I can just come right from the top. I can just see it a lot better that way. But I think overall it's better this way than trying to do it out the end, like straight out, like some of these other skid steer ones are built. Yeah, that's some nice chunks of firewood. That'll make some really good bundle wood for me. And I can bite into it like that and lift it up sometimes. Not always though. If I bite too far, it just cracks. Oh yeah. Everything there I should be able to pick up by hand. I just got one more to split. And yeah, you could say, "Ah, Tim, you're just being lazy." Yeah, I guess. If you want to say that, I guess. Is it lazy or smart? I don't know. I think it's kind of smart. That guy say, "Oh, I could have been done splitting it by now." Oh, okay. Cool. I wouldn't be. Plus, anytime I can spend time in my tractor seat, I'm all about that. So I didn't buy a tractor for it to collect dust and not be used. I bought a tractor to use it for things like this. And yeah, it's not super fast, but it gets you done. And this is almost quartered. There's a chunk right here where I can get to hold still there. I might just open up the jaws and roll it up and split it. There we go. Should all be able to be moved by hand now. And that's the main goal of this. Just to get it so I can move it by hand. Pick it up, put it on a pallet, get it over the splitting station. See, then I can just chuck this wood right on this pallet. Because it's small enough I can pick it up now, or at least slide it. Get some gloves on. And yes, I could have rolled those big rounds on here also. You're right. But once I get those big rounds on my splitter, then what am I gonna do? You know? That's the biggest difference. I mean, I'm not afraid of work, but I also like to work smart. Should have known that would happen. These puppers are still pretty heavy. Like this guy. Didn't quite split all the way. Eh, I got them all up there in their manageable sizes. Bring them over to the bucking table. All right, so then that makes this process just a little bit more tolerable. Because I can just lift them off of here, waist height, instead of off the ground. Every time you can keep from lifting off the ground, you're ahead, in my opinion. Holy cow. That little bugger is heavy. It's not very thick, but man, thing has some weight to it. And some people might say this is the lazy way. I just call it smart. All right. That ought to be enough bundle of great stuff to finish off my tote over there that I need to finish off. Well, hopefully you found this video useful or informative or entertaining at the very least. Yeah, it's a good way to finish off those big freaking rounds that I cut up in one of my previous videos. And yeah, you gotta switch attachments and all that to get to that point, but I'm still way ahead of what I used to do was cut those in half with a chainsaw. Man, you go through so much fuel doing that, and you're always touching the chain to the ground by accident. I mean, you're right there by the ground. Things happen, right? Nobody's perfect. This way I can just split them with that splitter attachment. It's been a great addition to my arsenal here for the wood processing. It's been really nice to have that. And I just keep it over here now because it's the only place I use it. So it gets out of the way over at the house and it's here and ready to go. So I can come over with the forks and take the forks off, put that attachment on, do the splitting I need to split, put the forks back on, throw a pallet on, and move those splits over to the bucking table. So when it comes time to do some splitting, they're there staged and ready to go. Pretty good system. There wasn't really anything else in here. There might be some bigger rounds that I'll sort out of the way as I'm going through the rest of my pile here. and get that set off to the side to use the splitter on. But most of the time when I'm processing firewood, I have the tractor over here anyway, so all I have to do is switch attachments. So I want to thank everybody who stopped in. I want to thank all my subscribers, all my viewers, all the people who hit the like, helping my channel grow. It's been I have videos every once in a while just really perform pretty good. I just never know which ones are gonna perform great. It seems almost random, but you know, I'll just keep cranking out content of what I do here and how I do it, and it might interest somebody out there, and that's the main goal, right? So I do want to thank you, yeah, you, for stopping in today. You know who you are. And until next time, be safe, brothers and sisters.